is good, everybody. Um, Hopefully y'all can hear me, cause I don't have my headphones in, and I have my car on. I have to turn it off for a little bit, just because y'all can hear me a little more clearly. So, anywho, you see some red. I had some fruit punch, so apologies for that. But I want to make this real quick. Okay, I don't want to take like 30 minutes like I did last time, but if I take 30 minutes, I'll take 30 minutes. All right, that's how the spirit goes. My phone is on 20%, so I ain't even got that much time as it is anyway. Okay, and I'm gonna really wrap it up because I got 10% left. But I wanted to make this live stream real quick because it's the same thing that goes on whenever we come around certain holidays and stuff like that, right? And again, this is for a disclaimer, like I always do whenever I talk about certain holidays. When we come around these times of celebrating holidays, whether it's Thanksgiving, whether it's the moment of harvest, whether it's the Day of the Dead, Halloween, Christmas, these aren't particular occasions that you have to participate in. However, these holidays come around annually because there are certain energies that are taking place at certain times of the month, okay? And so I'm going to just summarize and break down what Lupercalia and Valentine's Day truly is, okay? So, for those who know the origins of Lupercalia and Valentine's Day because of one of the saints back in the ancient times, and so they dedicate this day of love to the saints of old, for spreading love and the love of Christ, yada, 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 yada. When you go to Lupercalia, this is in recognition to the Lupercal energy, or Lupercal constellation, the she-wolf, basically the she-wolf that basically, in their mythology, were the ones that, the she-wolf is the one that kind of, I guess, aided or sheltered or raised the founders of Rome, okay? And if you take that literally, you might think that's some weird type stuff, but if you look at it mythically, okay, the she-wolf is the mother goddess. The mother goddess basically were the ones that aided or sheltered or raised the founders of Rome. It's the same thing with Madonna and Christ, okay? Said also, she's seen as the she-dog in the constellation, the sea dog. I believe that's dealing with Sirius, so you're dealing with the she-dog and all that type of stuff. So you got the she-wolf, you got the she-dog. So when you're dealing with Lupercalia, I know you hear some stuff that you hear on social media, and it's wild, okay? The Romans, they were out there, all right? Sounds about white. They were out there partying, the orgies, everything, okay? And these type of festivals lasted for days, okay? So typically from February 12th or 13th all the way to February 15th, okay? February 15th is basically known as or recognized as the day of Lupercalia. Now, Lupercalia is also called Februarius. I think I said that right. Februarius or Febra. So the month of February is basically dealing with the energy of Lupercalia altogether. And Lupercalia can be seen in many different ways. You can deal with it from like the spookish concepts where they talk about how they were whipping women into fertility and the orgies and getting drunk and going crazy, all these type of stuff, right? Or you can deal with it from a general aspect because Lupercalia, these festivals were to give recognition to the energies that were about to give them harvest because, spring is about to come around the corner. So basically Lupercalia was kind of like an early spring cleaning in a way. So you can see Lupercalia in this type of aspect as well. if you look at different civilizations, they also practice certain rituals and certain traditions around this time concerning February. I saw one particular tradition in China, another tradition happening in Russia and stuff like that. So it's all based upon what you want to do around these times. You do not have to celebrate Valentine's Day. You don't have to celebrate Lupercalia, but you can utilize Lupercalia and Valentine's Day to your advantage. The same thing that you can do with any other holidays, okay? These are holy days, and they're not by coincidence, okay? So, you know, the typical thing that you're going to see on social media is that these are pagan holidays. You got to stop using the word pagan like it's evil or like it's a spook. You got to stop doing that. I see constant conscious pages using pagan like it's a bad thing. Pagan festivals, pagan holidays, pagan traditions. All that paganism is to recognize traditions outside of major or primary religions like Christianity, Judaism, and Islam. Primarily Christianity. So these are the ancient or the old traditions that were practiced before Christianity came into recognition or came about to be common, okay? And they basically obsolete or outdated or made the ancient religions or the ancient spiritual systems abnormal or taboo. So they gave them the term pagan, all this type of stuff. So please do not get spooked by the word pagan. Pagan just means things or traditions or values that are outside the primary religions. It's very ironic because most of the religions that you subscribe to, like Christianity or Judaism, come from pagan traditions. Anyways, we can deal with that for another time, for another day. But Lupercalia is a beautiful holiday, giving recognition to the mother goddess, the she-wolf energy, she-dog energy, giving recognition to the return of Mother Nature, right? The divine feminine that is going to resurrect that Christ energy, the light, bring a rebirth back to the world, all that type of stuff. So that's all that is talking about. Lupercalia is giving recognition to fertility, the rebirth of crops coming back, and all that good stuff, right? So what you see going on nowadays is that you see a lot of celebrities or artists like really signifying like the pan-demonic energy, right? You saw it with Sam Smith, and you kind of see it, you kind of saw it throughout the Grammy. You saw it with Rihanna at the Super Bowl. You know, she was wearing red, and you see red and white, and you see this Kundalini energy going on, right? With masculine and feminine energy. Now, the red or the black represents the feminine. The white represents the masculine. And so this is what you have with the serpentine fires that dwell within you, right? And this is what makes up your Kundalini energy, or makes up the yin and yang within yourself. And so when you see a lot of these, the women, or you see people who are dressing up in all red and stuff like that, and I have, let's see if I can turn this around. I have Miss Madeline here. Or, yeah. This is Mary Magdalene. And this is a picture from the 1400s. And so Mary Magdalene is in red. You see the alabaster oil, you know, because she is the ultimate priestess to anoint the Christ upon his mission. And then you have Mary Magdalene again. This is a more ancient artwork. And see, she's holding the egg of life. Now, this represents everything in terms of formation, because sound, even vibrations, even they are also travel in shapes. So nothing is you know, two-dimensional. Everything it has form, it has a formality, it has a shape. So even the planes, even the earth, everything is connected. Okay, the earth can be argued to have an egg shape. Okay, most planets can be argued to have an egg shape. So The same way that the earth is formated, the same way that the earth it has a till and has an axis and it tilts. The same thing can be applied with the egg, and the same thing can be applied to when a baby is in the womb of a mother for 9 months, right? And there's a season, there's a process, and the same thing is applied to the divine feminine as well. And so you see here, over here as well, this is Mother Mary though. And so this is kind of like an archetype of Isis, Sophia, and all the goddesses for the most part share a correlation. So it doesn't matter what you particularly resonate with, whether you resonate with Kali, or you resonate with Sophia, or you resonate with Tara, or Maya, or Ma'at, you know, Ishtar, Inanna. You want to go to Voodoo and deal with some of their goddesses and all that type of stuff. They all have the same correlation one to another, okay? They're just different faces. They might have different names, but the energy is the same, okay? Same thing with the divine masculine as well. So please don't get spooked out by the energies of Valentine's Day. Another way to celebrate around these times and traditions of Lupercalia and Valentine's Day is for you to have good ground and good foundation. If you study the tree of life, the way that you travel up, you first have to travel through Malkuth. Okay, Malkuth is the Hebrew word for kingdom. This is what Jesus was talking about, you know, his gospel, where he would tell people that the kingdom of God is at hand. And when you study the Lord's Prayer, it's basically a charge up of the anatomy of the body. Okay, thy will be done on earth, Malkuth, as it is in heaven, Keter. Okay, so this is basically a charge up. The Lord's Prayer is a charge up of your body, of who you are, your very essence. And so basically when you see a lot of red and people wearing red and all this other type of stuff, this is basically, you know, the energy of you cleansing your root and your sacral chakras, you know. So you see a lot of red, and this is supposed to be projected as for you doing your own work, your personal work, of loving yourself, being secure within yourself. And so a lot of people, they get depressed around these times. The same thing with Christmas. You know, they turn into the Grinch or the Scrooge during Christmas, and you are Grinch and the Scrooge around these times. Now, personally, I'm going to let you know I don't celebrate Valentine's Day, but I do understand it, okay? So I just need you to understand around these times, these is around the times of love. And mostly, most traditions and most holidays and holy days surround the topic of love, you know. And around this time, specifically during Valentine's Day and Lupercalia, what they are projecting to you is for you to do your root work, okay? This deals with your shadow work. This deals with your dark energy, dealing with who you truly are. You ever heard root work or hoodoo and stuff like that? All of this deals with your magic and who you are. Okay, so when you're dealing with the root chakra, you know, you're dealing with the source of your creativity, the source of your security, the source of your identity. You know, all that is formated in your root chakra. Okay, 10%. I'm gonna speed this up. All this deals with is your creativity, your security, your identity, everything in terms of who you are is planted in the root chakra. You know the root chakra going to the sacral chakra. This is how you are able to be affectionate. This is also how you're able to receive love and receive affection from other people. You can be secure within yourself in certain environments that, you know, you may not primarily be welcomed in, you know, but you can walk through different parts of the world and be secure within yourself, and also have the energy where people look at you and understand who you are, you know. So it deals with all of that, you know. So there's many different layers to Valentine's Day and Lupercalia. If you want to continue to be like, hey, I hear you, but as for me, I just ain't celebrating the white man's holiday. If you want to do that, well, I hope I didn't hit my stomach. Let me make this something to eat. You know, if you want to go down that route, you know, you don't want to celebrate white man holiday, capitalism, yada, 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 that's fine. You know, at the end of the day, these holidays is how you make it and how you perceive it, you know. So some people, they celebrate it, and, you know, my birthday was on the 12th, so I celebrate my birthday, you know, my times around it, you know, it's going to be a day of celebration and love for me personally. Some people, they have birthdays around these times as well, so it's by default they're going to get into the traditions and celebration around these times of love. So it's what you make it out to be. Just because these certain holidays have certain origins behind it doesn't mean that you're necessarily partaking in the origins of these holidays. These holidays, essentially what they're projecting to you is what you make it out to be. You practicing your own magic, you loving yourself, you practicing in loving yourself and loving other people. So that's what I have for you today. Alright, so hopefully you got something out of this. I didn't want to make this too long, but hopefully this was very short and simple and concise concerning the basis of this topic. Alright, my stomach going to keep growling, so I'm going to go make me something to eat. Share this live stream with other people, you know, if you got something out of this personally. Hopefully y'all heard me and y'all can hear me clearly and all this other type of stuff. So I'm gonna check back and see if y'all heard me very clearly and stuff like that. So anyways, that's all I have for you today. I'm out.